Gachagua, the former deputy president, if you may, the second deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Yes, he was impeached, but he's very, very powerful. I feel he's even much, much more powerful than the time he was the deputy president, simply because he's now free to speak his mind. Now, it is now clear that if you want to trend, especially when you're in opposition, the name to mention is Rigathi Gachagua. Excuse me. The president, wherever he's going, he is mentioning the name of Rigathi Gachagua. He has to, whether he's in churches, whether he is in rallies, whatever he's doing, even when he's on other projects, he has to mention the name of Rigathi Gachagua. And one of the things he doesn't know is, or doesn't realize, he's repetitive. You speak about the person who is tribal, the next place he goes to, the same statement, and he's so repetitive, right? You listen to even the Speaker of the National Assembly, the same. The Speaker, who is supposed to be neutral, is now speaking about politics, and you can clearly see that he's excuse me, siding with the government, which is okay. But this idea of mentioning the name of Rigathi Gachagua all through, look at what they are doing, or what they are referring to as empowerment. The empowerments they are doing all over Kenya, led by the deputy president. Again, he has to mention Rigathi Gachagua. Together, anybody, just follow them on wherever they are going. Anybody who is handed that mic to speak, all the MPs, the CS, anybody mention them. They have to mention the name of Rigathi Gachagua. It's about bashing Rigathi Gachagua. That is what they are all about. In fact, sometimes if you ask the attendees of these empowerment meetings they are doing, if you ask them, what was it all about? It was, they can clearly tell you that it was about Rigathi Gachagua. Whatever was done, that was aside. But the discussion was about Rigathi Gachagua. Now, if you listen even to the people who, or anywhere, government officials, or even the MPs who are in support of the president, everywhere, even on national television, anywhere, they are speaking about Rigathi Gachagua. Listen to the media talks. It's about Rigathi Gachagua. So this Rigathi Gachagua, though he was impeached, he has become so powerful. And for me, I think he was underrated. Not many of us expected him to be this huge, that everybody has really, you can see even when he left the country, some of the people like Sudi, they felt a relief. The guy is gone. They can have some breath. They can now breathe. So he's really keeping the government in check. He's really keeping you can see clearly that the government is not comfortable. Look at the way they are pushing those who are pro to Rigathi Gachagua, like Koimburi, the MP. You speak about Jane Kiara, who was, I think, arrested yesterday. The other time it was Mukunji. Anybody who is in support of Gachagua, they are sort of being, they are followed. They are sort of, there are people who are like, you're making statements, you're not, they are being followed right, left, and center. And sometimes I'm like, why are you just following the words which are spoken by that side? If they are making mistakes, fine, continue and let them be summoned and all that. But also do it on the other side. Do it on the other side, whereby those who are also making statements which are not in line with the Constitution or which are not right, also the law should take its course. It should not be seen as if they are not, simply because you're not supporting the government, then you're being followed. But for those who are not, you can make whatever statements you want to make. So I feel Rigathi Gachagua, the way, if I was to advise the president, or if I was the president of this nation, I would really drop that name out of my mouth, and also tell those my allies to also do the same instead. Replace that with work. Excuse me. Replace that with work. Replace that with something which is, something which is not, simply because the more they speak about him, and they are building him, the more you speak about him, they are building him. And Rigathi Gachagua is one person who is speaking on behalf of so many. That is why you find him, so many are in line. Whatever he's speaking is in line with the people. So if I was the government, I would stop concentrating on Rigathi Gachagua, excuse me, and proceed and work in. And I would also advise the government to just work in silence. Let people see what you're doing. This Rigathi Gachagua's idea of his name being mentioned, even right now that he's not in the country, but they are busy discussing him everywhere. Anything small, they are saying it is him. Anything small, he's the one who was organizing demos, and I don't think so. Some of the things they are even pushing, I don't think so. They are making this guy to just become so high up there that even the former prime minister, the former prime minister who was putting the government in check, finally he doesn't have any point to make. His point is about Rigathi Gachagua. Follow him, listen to what he talks about. Even he's also talking about Rigathi Gachagua. So if I was the government, I would avoid and instead replace that with work. I don't know what you think about this mentioning of the word Rigathi Gachagua throughout by the president, the deputy, the former prime minister, the speaker of the National Assembly, members of parliament, almost all media houses speaking about him. I don't know what you think. I don't, because like he said one day that there's no road. Rigathi Gachagua is not a road. So why concentrate about him? Why don't you ignore him? That is my thinking. Kindly let me know what you think on the comment section, and kindly again subscribe to my YouTube channel and also like my video. Thanks a lot.